Hello, good morning to all. Yes, very good morning. Can you hear me? Hello.
Good morning,
Yes, I'm audible. I'm audible. Okay.
sir.
Yes. Okay. Just I will share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen? Right. Okay. So we were discussing about the spectroscopy, and we are discussing about ultraviolet spectroscopy. Ultraviolet spectroscopy. In ultraviolet spectroscopy, we have discussed last time some basic concept. Now again, let us see some more concept. Here we have seen the concept of chromophore, absochrome, bathochromic shift, hypsochromic shift, hyperchromic shift, and hypochromic shift. So we have seen all this basic concept. Now let us see what is the effect of conjugation on this UV spectra. Effect of conjugation. Effect of conjugation. Effect of conjugation. So what is the effect of conjugation on that is UV spectra? Here I will take example. That is suppose CS2 double bond CS2. If you take lambda max in the UV, you'll find that it appears at 165 nanometer. If you take another example, for example, CS2 double bond CH, and there is a CS2, CS2, and there is a CH double bond CH2, CH double bond CH2. So here it contains a carbon-carbon, that is a double bond, right? One pi bond. Also it contains carbon-carbon double bond, that is a pi bond. And these pi bonds, they are not in the conjugation. So if you see lambda max for this one, lambda max for in the UV, it is also found that it also appear at 165. So even though there is the presence of two pi bonds in the conjugation, then also it appear at 165. So both pi bonds, they appear at 165, right? Again, we'll take another example. Suppose you are having a such type of compound. Here is a pi bond, means cyclohexene. So lambda max for this one is equal to 168 nanometer. It appears at 168 nanometer. And if you increase one more pi bond, here is a pi bond and here is a pi bond. These two pi bonds are there, but they are not in the conjugation. Single bonds are there. So again, you find that this lambda max will appear at 168 nanometer. You know the UV range, and you know the UV range. UV range we all learned last time. The UV will appear at in between, that is, here is a suppose UV. So this UV will start from 100 to 200 nanometer, right? And 200 to 400 nanometer. This 100 to 200, it is of not so important as an organic point of view, right? So this 168, 165 will appear in between 100 to 200. But again, if you see these two pi bonds, they are not in the conjugation. What is use of this UV? If two pi bonds are in the conjugation, then it is a UV active. Then it is a UV active. So here, double bond, single bond, double bond. If I take such type of example, here is the one, that is ethylene. It appear at 165, and if we introduce one pi bond in the conjugation, then what happen? CH2 double bond, CH double bond, CH2. Two pi bonds are in the conjugation, double bond, single bond, double bond. So lambda max for this compound, it is experimentally it is found that it appear at 220 nanometer. 220 nanometer means it is in between 200 to 400. So here it appear at a 220 nanometer. 220 nanometer. So what it indicates? If we introduce pi bond in the conjugation, effect of conjugation. If we introduce pi bond in the conjugation, then lambda max will shift towards higher lambda max. The lambda max will shift towards the right side. There is a higher lambda max. So this is the effect of conjugation. So if there are two pi bonds are more in the conjugation, in that case the pi bond will shift towards right side, means at higher lambda. Okay, so again we have to see some problems on there, right? So here also we can if suppose there is a pi bond, right? There is a pi bond, C double bond, and here is a C double bond O. If you take separately only carbon double bond and CO, they will appear below 200. But if you take one pi bond and one CO group, they are in the conjugation, then here it appear at 215 nanometer. The lambda max is equal to 215 nanometer. Means what is the effect of conjugation? More the pi bond in the conjugation, here it will appear in the UV range, right? So this is the effect of conjugation. Now here we'll solve some numericals on there, and from there we'll solve some example. We'll not take more example. So here you are having the that is the in UV only two system, diene system and enone system, diene and enone system. So you know what is in by diene. Diene system, diene means two, in means carbon double bond. So here carbon double bond, they are in the conjugation, is called as a diene system. And at least two pi bonds are in the conjugation, that system is called as a diene system. And what is meant by enone system? Enone means if one CO group and one carbon double bond, they are in the conjugation. So there is the presence of alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound, right? Carbonyl compound. Then it is called as a enone system. It is called as a enone system. So there are some numericals on this diene system and the enone system. So before we solve this numericals, again we should know some basic concept. So if you know those basic concepts, then very easily we can solve any question on that. So what are those basic concepts? Here if you take number one, a cyclic diene. A cyclic diene means it is a not cyclic, a cyclic diene. For this one, if two pi bonds are in the conjugation, if two pi bonds are in the conjugation and it is not a part of ring, it is not a part of ring, that diene is called as a acyclic diene. So minimum requirement is that two pi bonds are in the conjugation, double bond, single bond, double bond, then that diene is called as a acyclic diene. Number two, here number two, that is homoannular diene. Homoannular diene. So what is this homoannular diene? Homoannular diene means here again, if you take example, here is the ring compound. If two pi bonds, you can take pi bond here, pi bond and pi bond. Pi bond, single bond, pi bond. When two pi bonds, they are in the conjugation and when they are present in a one ring, single ring, one ring, it is called as a homoannular diene. Homoannular diene. Homo means same. In the same ring, they are present in the same ring is called as a homoannular diene. Next example. So here, when two pi bonds, they are present in the same ring and they are in the conjugation, it is called as a homoannular diene. Then semi-cyclic diene. It is a semi-cyclic diene. What is the semi-cyclic diene? So here, what is I mean by semi-cyclic diene? You are having a system in which, suppose we are having such type of example, if you are having a ring compound, one pi bond present in the ring, pi bond, single bond, and again there is a pi bond, right? So two pi bonds are in the conjugation, but one pi bond is present in one ring and other is outside ring. It is called as a semi-cyclic diene. It is called as a semi-cyclic diene. So in this case, pi bond is present in the ring, but this is outside ring and they are in the conjugation. So it is called as a semi-cyclic diene. That is a hexo, hexo to the ring. Hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond is there, right? So next is the heteroannular diene. Now next example here, number 4. Number 4 is heteroannular diene. Heteroannular diene. Heteroannular diene. Hetero means different. When pi bonds, suppose for example you are having such type of example, you are having a ring compound, right? You are having a ring compound. Now in this case, one of the again you are having another ring compound. Okay, so here one pi bond is present in this ring, pi bond, single bond, and here also pi bond. You'll find that in this case, the two pi bonds are in the conjugation, but they are not present in the same ring. They are present in the different ring. So hetero means different. So these are present in the different ring. They are called as a heteroannular diene. So they make you that they'll give you example and they'll ask out of following which is the heteroannular diene. Heteroannular diene means the two pi bonds, they are present in the different ring. Hetero means different ring, but they must be in the conjugation. Then you can say it is a heteroannular diene. So these are the some points you should know. Next point, hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond. Hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond. I say carbon-carbon double bond. Okay. So what is the mean by hexocyclic? Hexo means outside. Cyclic, outside cycle. So the pi bond with the part of system, but it is pointing out from the ring, is called as a hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond. For example, if you take here this semi-cyclic diene, the two pi bonds are present in the conjugation. But if you see, this carbon comes here, it meets here, right? This carbon comes here, it meets here, right? And this corner is going outside, right? So this pi bond is pointing out from the ring. So this is called as a hexacyclic carbon-carbon double bond. Hexacyclic carbon-carbon double bond. If you take this one in the heteroannular diene, in heteroannular diene, if you see, this pi bond is not going outside ring, it is inside ring. So such type of pi bond, they are called as endocyclic carbon-carbon double bond. They are called as endocyclic carbon-carbon double bond. So it is hexo and it is endo. Even this pi bond is also that is a endo, right? Even in the heteroannular diene, here you find that this pi bond, they are also inside the ring. They are not pointing out outside the ring. So it is also endo. It is also endo. So here we'll take one more example for the hexacyclic carbon-carbon double bond. Suppose if I take such type of example, here is a one ring and here is also another ring, right? Now there's the presence of pi bond, single bond, and pi bond. There are presence of two rings, ring A and ring B. So you'll find that these two pi bonds are in the conjugation, and in ring A you are having this pi bond. Okay, so suppose if I label here carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4 like this one, right? Here if I label carbon number here 1, right, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So pi bond 1, 2, it is pointing out from the ring B. Look here, this carbon come here, this corner is going out. Out means outside the ring of B. So carbon number 1 and 2, carbon double bond 1, 2, it is pointing out from ring B. So here this is called as a hexo to ring B. Similarly, carbon double bond 3, 4, it is also pointing out from ring A. So there is the presence of two carbon double bond hexacyclic, right? So here you have seen hexacyclic carbon double bond. Then extra double bond in the conjugation. Number 6 is a extra carbon double bond in conjugation. In the conjugation. In the conjugation. So here, what is the required condition? Required condition is that there must be presence of at least two pi bonds are in the conjugation. Here, the two pi bonds are in the conjugation. Carbon number 2, carbon number 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So the two pi bonds are there in the conjugation. And in this case, suppose if we increase again one more carbon double bond. One more carbon double bond. So carbon number 5 and carbon number 6. So this 5 and 6 is the extra to the system. So extra carbon double bond. So when there is extra one carbon double bond, you have to add 30 nanometer. So you should know this basic concept to solve the problems on here. So what you have learned? We have learned the homoannular diene. The two pi bonds, they are present in the same ring. And homoannular diene, these two pi bonds, they are present in the same ring. Then heteroannular diene, the two pi bonds, they are present in the different ring. Semi-cyclic diene, one pi bond is present in one ring and other is outside ring. Hexacyclic carbon double bond, the pi bond is the part of system. Part of system means it is a cyclic, homoannular, heteroannular diene, or semi-cyclic diene. Means at least two pi bonds, they are present in the same ring, right? Or they are in the conjugation. So that pi bond, if it looks coming out from the ring, it is called as a hexacyclic carbon double bond. And last point, extra carbon double bond in the conjugation. So here you are having a system in which there is a presence of pi bond in the conjugation other than two pi bonds. Then it is called as a extra carbon double bond in the conjugation, right? So here we have seen the basic concept. Now we'll see how to find out the lambda max. For this one, you should know some rules, and those rules are called as Woodward-Pfizer rule. Those rules are called as a Woodward. To calculate lambda max, you have to find out the lambda max. To calculate the lambda max of orange compound, you should know some rules. That rules is called as a Woodward-Pfizer rule. So Woodward-Pfizer rule to calculate the lambda max, right? So let us see the Woodward-Pfizer rule. Number one, you should know the base value, basic structure or base value, base value. In that one, again number one, if it is a cyclic diene, if it is a cyclic diene, right? Means just we have taken what is meant by a cyclic diene. You have to put the basic value, that is a 215 nanometer. If the two pi bonds they are present in a ring, so it is an example of a homoannular diene. Homoannular diene. So it is a basic value for the homoannular diene. You have to add again same 215 nanometer. If it is the example of heteroannular diene, then again you have to add 215 nanometer. Similarly, if it is an example of a semi-cyclic diene, so again you have to add, that is the 215 nanometer. Means in general we can say that the basic value for all the dienes, it is a 215. So for this one we can also write in general, right? So it is an example of 1,3-butadiene system, 1,3-butadiene system, right? So basic value is 215 nanometer. So in this case we can say that if there is a presence of two pi bonds, they are in the conjugation, then we can say that it is an example of, here is a 1, here is a 2, here is a 3, here is a 4. So the pi bonds they are present at 1 and 3 position. So it is an example of 1,3-butadiene system. And for this one you have to add the basic value 215 nanometer. Now next, that is the value that you have to take. You have to find out whether two pi bonds they are present in the same ring. Means if it is an example of homoannular diene, if it is an example of homoannular diene, in that case you have to add extra 39 nanometer, extra 39 nanometer. If there is a presence of extra carbon-carbon double bond in conjugation, then for each carbon-carbon double bond in the conjugation you have to add 30 nanometer. So these are the points that you should know. And apart from this, if again the pi bond is a part of system, and if it is hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond, if it is a hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond, then for each you have to add 5 nanometer. So these are the 4 points that you should know, right? Number 5 point, apart from this, right, if there is a alkyl substituent, so for alkyl substituent, for each alkyl substituent you have to add, that is the 5 nanometer, right? Number 6, if suppose if there is a halogen, for example chlorine and bromine, then in that case also you have to add 5 nanometer. Number 7, if suppose there is the presence of OH and also there is the presence of OR, OH and OR, right? So in this case also you have to add, that is the 5 nanometer. You have to add 5 nanometer, and if there is a presence of, that is 8 acyl group O C double bond O R, so you have to add, that is a 0 nanometer, means there is no need to add anything, 0 nanometer. Number 9, if there is a SR group, then you have to add 30 nanometer, 30 nanometer. And number next one, last one, that is the 10th, if there is a NR2, you have to add 60 nanometer, right? So these are the points you must keep in the mind. Then you can solve the problem. Right now, here we'll take some examples. A simple example I will take, that whatever things you have learned, same thing we'll see here, right? Suppose you are having example in this case. If you are having such type of system, now you can tell me the question number and page number. I will take that one. Suppose you are having such type of system. Number one, I will not write in detail, right? So here the 2 pi bonds are present in the same ring. So the basic value for this one, it is an example of a homo and diene. Homo. So you have to go one by one. Means firstly you have to check the system. Firstly you have to check what is the system, and then you have to check the remaining point, that is from 3rd to 10th. You have to check from 3rd to 10th, right? So you have to go one by one, so that you should not forget any one value. So it is a homo annular diene. So for homo annular diene, the basic value is a 215 nanometer, right? Number 2, if it is an example of homo annular diene, it is a base value, okay. And if it is example of homo annular diene, then for homo annular diene, you have to add extra 39 nanometer, okay. So you have to go one by one. Look here, system, then homo annular diene, you have added 39, extra double bond in the conjugation. Here only 2 pi bonds, they are present in the same ring, so no extra, means there is no need to add extra carbon and carbon double bond in the conjugation. Then hexocyclic, whether in this system there is a presence of hexocyclic carbon carbon double bond, anyone can tell me yes or no? If there is a presence of hexocyclic carbon, yes or no? Yes. No, right. So there's absence of hexocyclic carbon carbon double bond, so there's no need to add anything, right? Then you have to go for the substituent, alkyl substituent. So here you will see that if you go from this carbon, right, here is the carbon, right, here is the carbon, right, here is the carbon, right, and here is the carbon, right. So this is a part of system, and to this one, this carbon is directly attached to this carbon. So here there's a one alkyl substituent, right, here is a one alkyl substituent, and this carbon is directly attached to this carbon. So there is a second alkyl substituent. So for alkyl substituent, you have to add 5, means 2 into 5, right, is equal to 10, and remaining one they are absent, so just you have to add, and just you will get the answer. 9 plus 5, 14, plus 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So your answer is 264 nanomole, nm, right? So this is your lambda max. So in this you have to solve. So in exam, what they will do, they'll give a compound and they'll ask what is the lambda max. So if you know the rules and regulations, then you can solve, right? So it is very easy, right? So in this way, you can write the number of example. I will take again 2 example on here. If you it is 11:13. I have lecture by 11:30 of FIBSC. So I will take only one problem, right? So tell me if you want to take any question, I will take that one. Jaldi say. Yes, fast. Or should I take myself? Okay, so let us see number 1 and number 2, right? So here only I will take. Look here, in this case, suppose if I take such type of question. Here is a presence of, for example, there is a pi bond, right? Here is also pi bond, and here is a ring, right? Here is the ring, pi bond, and here is also pi bond. So your system starts from here. Look, firstly, what you have to do, you have to find out how many pi bonds are in the conjugation. Pi bond, single bond, pi bond, single bond, pi bond. Means your system starts from here, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then 6, right? So it is your system. So there are the 3 pi bonds are in the conjugation, right? Number 1, the basic value all are the carbon-carbon double bond. So I will not write the basic value is 215 nanometer, right? Number 2, you have to go for the next homoaldehyde. Whether it is the example of homoaldehyde means 2 pi bonds, no. So there is no need to add anything. Extra carbon-carbon double bond, yes.
No.
The 2 pi bonds are in the conjugation. One extra means you have to add 30 nanometer. Okay, 30 nanometer. Number 3, now hexocyclic carbon-carbon double bond. Here you are having ring A,
Yes.
right? You are having ring A, and this is your
Yes.
ring B, right? So this pi bond, if you see, it will hexo to ring A and also ring B. So in this case, you have to add 2 into 5 means 10 nanometer, 10 nanometer, right? And next part is your alkyl substituent. Alkyl substituent means you have to see how many carbons they are directly attached to the that system. So this carbon is directly attached here, means 1 carbon, right? Go for next one. This carbon, no other carbon. This carbon, no other carbon. But it is directly attached to here, means second alkyl substituent. This carbon is directly attached here, means next one. This carbon is directly attached to here, means here also alkyl substituent. So how many alkyl substituents are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into 5. It is a 20. So 20. Okay, how it comes? Understand? 4 into 5. There are the 5 alkyl substituent, and you have to add 5 nanometer. So remaining parts they are upset, right? And then you have to add, and you get the answer. 5. Here is a 5, right? Then 2, 3, 3 and 3, 6, and 7. And here is a 2, 275 nanometer, right? So in this way you have to solve the question. So what you do, you try to solve the questions on this one. Of course, on this one they ask of course at least 1 or 2 questions. You should know the definition. On that one also they will ask a question, and of course they will give structure, and they'll ask write down the Lambda max of a diene system. You are having 2 systems, diene and enone. So one question will be the diene, and other question will be on the enone. So in this way we have seen that is called as UV spectroscopy. So here,
Sir,
yes, yes.
sir, question number 20, 82 page number.
Question number 20.
20. 82 page
Question
number.
82 page number. Only 82. I will take only one question, okay? Because I have
Yes, sir.
also one more lecture, right? Yeah, tomorrow we'll take page 82, na? 82, right?
2020 20.
20. Question number 20. Question number 20. Okay, I will write this question. This is your 20 question. There is the presence of pi bond, and here also there is the presence of a pi bond, right? But here, look here. Now this is your question number 20, right? Firstly, you have to find out the system. The 2 pi bonds are in the conjugation. Okay, pi bond, single bond, pi bond. But this pi bond is not in the conjugation, means you have to take only this system, not this one. So your system will start from here. Carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, and carbon number 4. Only you are having these 4 carbons. They are in the conjugation. They are in the system. This pi bond is not a part of system. So you have to consider only this one. So the base value for this one is equal to 215 nanometer. And number 2, homoaldehyde. Yes, the 2 pi bonds they are present in the same ring. Means it is a homoaldehyde. So here for 39, right? 39 nanometer. Then extra double in the conjugation, no, they are not in the extra, right? Because only these 2 pi bonds are there. Then hexocyclic, of course, Suppose this is a ring A, ring B means there are two hexacyclic carbon double bond. So 2 into 5 is equal to 10, right?
10.
And then they have to go for the substituent, alkyl substituent. Here, this B is directly attached here, means one alkyl, right? So this carbon is directly attached here. This is directly attached here, means this one, and also this one. So total there are the 4 alkyl substituent. So 4 into 5 is equal to 20 nanometer. Just you have to add, you will get the answer, right? So 9 plus 5, 14, right? So the 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 284 nanometer. So lambda max calculated is equal to 284 nanometer. So you have to calculate and you have to write, right? So sometimes also they may ask us such type of question, right? End out.
Sir,
इसके अंदर
sir,
yes.
सर म्हणजे त्यांनी जे ते डॉट दिलेले असतात ते सबस्टिट्यूएंट नसतात का?
Which dot one dot?
ते जे 20 ना त्यांनी 2 डॉट दिलेत ते डॉट म्हणजे सबस्टिट्यूएंट नाही कन्सिडर करायचे का आपण?
No, they have given that dot only what they have just they have given extra point. It indicate it is a carbon. That is the carbon. That is the carbon. Okay, that is the carbon. Right. So in printing they have put dot. And in printing they have put dot. There is no need to put dot. Right.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So in this way, you have to solve the questions on the DAN system. Similarly, you can solve on the ENON system. So tomorrow I will take some numericals on the ENON, and then we'll take some objective question based on that one. Okay. Any doubt? आपको कोई इसके अंदर doubt है?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay. Then I think we should stop here. Right. Thanks to all, and you can leave meeting. Thanks to all. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. If you want lecture, then we can take your lecture in the morning by 9 o'clock. चलेगा?
Okay.
Right?
Okay, sir.
Tomorrow.
चलेगा.
Okay. Tomorrow we'll take lecture by 9 o'clock. Right? So in this way, we have seen the ultraviolet spectroscopy. Right? Ultraviolet spectroscopy. Right? So thanks to all, and you can do the meeting. Divya, are you getting? Divya, समझते का? Divya Shinde, Pritam, yes.
Yes, sir.
प्रीतम, थोड़ा सा आपका वीडियो ओपन करो. स्टार्ट योर वीडियो. देखो कहाँ पे हो आप? प्रीतम.
Yes, sir.
स्टार्ट योर वीडियो. यस. है आप वहाँ पे हो. वेरी गुड. बहुत बढ़िया. राइट. ठीक है. राइट. सो tomorrow we'll take lecture by 9 o'clock. Right. So you can leave the meeting. Thanks to all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.